Hello, welcome, good afternoon. This is Fade Away Drip. In the background is HELLARICHSF musical production. If you like that, go ahead and head over to SoundCloud. I'm wondering why HELLARICHSF digital media YouTube hasn't been advertising the Hella Rich music. I guess they'll get around to it. Anyway, I'm Fade Away Drip. Let's turn this down a bit, eh? And this week, I'm going against Can I Play? What happened here? So I'm going against Can I Play? And as you can see, I'm in the lead. Not commanding, but pretty good lead so far. Can I Play's record is 3-9 in this league. And my record is 10-2. If you've been following the previous videos, you know what's been going down. If not, welcome, hello. If you are in this Orlando Pro H2H Points League for the ESPN Fantasy Basketball, I would love to hear from you. For some strange reason, again, this is not inclusive. I guess maybe ESPN. I'm going to analyze this on all levels, okay? So just bear with me here. Because here at HELLARICHSF, we are also just not only a media outlet, but we are very political, we are educational, we're diverse, we're equitable, and we're inclusive in everything that we do. So if you believe that what we provide here on YouTube is not, please let us know in the comment how it is that we are not. Because there's no way for us to know whether or not we are indeed being diverse, equitable, and inclusive. But those are the values that we stand by. Anyway, though that's in the political level, we believe that in every single situation, a person is entitled to be what they want and what they need to be. And we as people should have some kind of way of discussing with each other despite our differences, okay? That is what we believe here at HELLARICHSF. Yeah, the integration of this app is not very good, is it? So, you can see here, let's take a look. Okay, I'm going to analyze first. I'm going to have a critique. Because, yes, I love the ESPN app, but I think it's a bit weird that it won't allow me to, talk to my competitors. Well, it's fine. If it was a league that I had made, maybe it would. We'll see about that. Again, ESPN, you can comment if you want. But in this case, this was a public league. And you're wondering, how did I even do this? How did I even join it? Let me show you. So when you go into the fantasy home, now it defaults to basketball because that's the active league. But down here, you can see it says Fantasy Basketball, create a league, join a league. So last year, I, for the first time, created a league with some of my buddies, and it was great. So in there, we could chat to each other, but we didn't because we chatted on other outlets. Anyway, so I joined a public league like this one here. It says join a league, and I went through all that, a snake draft, yada yada, and I ended up here into my league, which is the Orlando Pro H2H Points League. We are now in week 13, and you're wondering, well, why didn't you make this video about week 1? Because when week 1, I wasn't doing this kind of work. That's why. Oh, what kind of work were you doing? Different kind of work. Now I'm doing this kind of work. Oh, that sounds cool. It does. It's really cool. So you get paid to do this? Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Anyway, Can I Play is sitting at 257, and I'm sitting at 327. I am Fade Away Drip. If you've heard that name anywhere, you know it's me. Anyway, let's first go to the matchup. The beats, or the music if you will, is HELLARICHSF production. HELLARICHSF is very diverse in what they do, and making music is one of the things that they do. Alright, so you're like, wait a minute, but can I play? I see T. Young. Yep, Trae Young is killing it in fantasy. How do I know? Well, because I know fantasy, number one. And number two, you can just look at the data. Here at HELLARICHSF, we're very educational. And you can learn from our content in many different ways. As educators, we know that people learn in different ways. So that's why we're visual, we're audio, and we provide the statistics. And we analyze the statistics. And we look at these things because these things matter. If you want to be successful in anything, you need to analyze data, information, so that you can come up with good strategies for success. And that is what here we are teaching. You're wondering, why don't you just say that and make a video about it? I will. We will one day. For the meanwhile, you got to read between the lines. Don't tell us what to do over here unless you're in the comments giving some kind of insight. If not, let us do what we do. Anyway, Trae Young is killing it. He's averaging 49 points a game. It's unbelievable. Of course, I wish I had Trae Young. I had Trae Young last year on my winning team. Wonderful, wonderful fantasy player. Not on my team. That's on Can I Play's team. Then you're wondering, why isn't Can I Play winning? Well, because my team is stacked with fantasy players who perform well. Not just big names that you hear. Not just jerseys that you see on the street. Okay? Oh, I didn't know. Well, I'm telling you. Why don't you just say it and make one quick little video saying it? Thank you. DeRozan on my team. McCollum. So let's look at McCollum. He lost compared to Trae Young. Is McCollum better than Trae Young? Up to you. In fantasy, you can see they're quite even. Nope. Take it back. 40.9. Trae Young has 49.0. So in comparison, Trae Young and McCollum, if you were going to pick in a draft next year, you'd want to pick Trae Young. But McCollum is a good pick as well. And you can see that the facts of data verify. Okay, if you're wondering. This video might take as long as I want to take, by the way. So if you're tuning in, cool. If not, that's fine. I'm still making this anyway. It's my channel, my page. It's good. Booker. The beats. Yeah, I know. The beats are Hella Rich beats. They're on SoundCloud. HELLARICHSF beats on SoundCloud. If you want beats, HELLARICHSF can make beats for you. Are they free? No. The ones that we hear now are free for you to hear. If you want to own it, you can buy it from HELLARICHSF and we'll sell you the beat. And you can do whatever you want with it. Anyway, this is Devin Booker. And he's averaging 46.7 points. Again, he is a fantasy stud. But he didn't play today. And that's why when it's compared to DeRozan, he could not get anything because he didn't play. DeRozan averages 39.9. Wonderful. DeRozan is, look, okay, I drafted him 24th overall. I kind of took a gamble. I love DeRozan. He's sick. Why? Number one, he's from Cali. Number two, he's really humble. And number three, he's always rocking the sick Kobe's. Homie's Kobe collection is elite. Next to Kobe. Rest in peace, Kobe. But this, yeah. So, however, in fantasy, especially compared to someone like Devin Booker, you can see the average points he's below. So if you were going to draft like either Devin Booker or DeRozan, you're going to have to go with Devin Booker if you want to win next year. I'm just saying as of now, right? So in the moment, can I play? They should be beating me. But let's take a look. This is a story. Fantasy is a story. It's a long season, and it's only the people who really love basketball who are going to stay. And guess what? Fadeaway drip, me, I love basketball. Always have, always will. Okay? So, Devin Booker got 0 for Can I Play because Devin Booker didn't play today, and DeRozan got 24. And you're wondering, how did he get 24 fantasy points? The stats. He only got 6 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 steals. Well, those stats matter. They might not matter to you because all you care about are, like, you know, deep threes and slam dunks or whatever. But in fantasy, those things don't always matter the most. What matters are the overall statistics. And if you're not a real basketball fanatic like I am, like we are, then you're not going to look into these things. This is why, like, you're wondering, oh, do I have clout in the game? We're establishing the game. If you're thinking that fadeaway drip, HELLARICHSF is just like whatevs, because blah, 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 fine. We got clout in the game. We got knowledge. You know, I want to say something. Speak on something political here. DeMar DeRozan, if he retires, maybe with no championships, or then he does have a championship. Did he win a championship with... Was he on that team? Was he on the Raptors? I don't know. Whatever. Okay. He wins. He doesn't. Whatever. He goes into analysis. So now he ends up on ESPN analyzing basketball games. In the past, analysis was only for the elite kind of people who didn't even probably play basketball. And if they did, they weren't good at it. So now there are people who are analyzing who used to be players. Can every player analyze the game? I mean, they can in their own way, obviously, if they made it to a professional level. But can they do the analysis and speak upon it eloquently, you know, coherently? Maybe, maybe not. So therefore, if DeMar DeRozan decides to be an analyst, yes, of course he has clout in the game as a basketball player. But as an analyst, he'd have to prove himself. And a lot of these players, they are making sure that they brush up on their skills because they know that in the future, that basketball as a sport to play might not be there. But their knowledge in their mind will. And that's why I started this thing. Because the knowledge in my mind that I have from so many things is something I want to share with the world. Anyway, DeMar DeRozan. Next matchup, we got O'Neal from the Brooklyn Nets. Royce O'Neal, not to be funny, but I'm not really sure about homie. I wouldn't pick him off the bat because of the name. Average points, not very good. And one other statistic you can look at here is this percent rostered. Percent rostered is low. Not good. So here's where you say, okay, can I play? Now, I don't get it why they're losing to you. And let's look at Can I Play. Again, if Can I Play is out there and you're listening and you're like, you're dissing me. I'm not dissing you. I'm just analyzing what's going on here. So Can I Play's team, again, O'Neal at 43. Drafted 129th by Can I Play. Okay, I guess it's not a bad pick. In retrospect, it's not a bad pick. But when Can I Play is matched up against... O'Neal now is matched up against Tatum, it's going to be tough. Why? Because Tatum averages 46.1 points a game. Because Tatum is 100% rostered. And another key thing is how many minutes he plays, 35.9. And just overall, just the names alone. Okay, fine. So if on names alone, right, if you're that kind of person, on names alone, O'Neal is not going to be better than Tatum. And in fantasy, O'Neal is not going to be better than Tatum unless he starts to average 20 more points per game, which, again, statistically, for the team that he plays on, for his position, it's not going to happen, okay? Just my analysis. Next, we got Wood versus Gafford. Close matchup there. Wood edged it out. I'm going to speed it up here because I want to. And if you want it to be in depth, you're going to have to please comment down below and let us know what it is that you want from us so that we can provide it for you. That's one thing that we do that I'm not sure other people do in our platform, but we make sure that people are heard and we try our best to accommodate the request if there are any. Haven't seen any requests though. Haven't seen any requests. Okay, so then we get down here. Now we start adding up numbers and we see Towns could not play. Senjin 40, lovely. Simmons, Bogdanovic, give me a. This is now. Truthfully, I'm gonna have to see whether or not I'm gonna keep Bogdanovic on my team. Bogdanovic, whatever you say, however you say, please educate me. I am not from where Bogdanovic is, so if I don't say Bogdanovic's name properly, sorry. Kototkap, nakap. Vassal performed for me today with 13 points, not bad. Bridges, number one performer for me today. Bridges. He's just killing it, averaging 33.6, 34 minutes a game, 98% rostered. And today he was my star. When did I pick Bridges? I picked Bridges 17th in this draft back in October. Killed it today. Van Vliet versus Maxey. Maxey's going to take that, I think, always. Maxey's always going to take that. Maxey's killing it. I don't like this ad. I wish it was my ad. I think we're going to have to replace that one day with that if we could. So far, we can't do that, but hey, whatevs. I drafted him 57th. Maxey. Killing it. So that leads us here. Here, perfect. Let me look at this. This is where this person messed up. You see, I talked about this yesterday, and if you're here now, this is where you messed up. See, you had Markkanen down here, and you didn't play Markkanen. For what reason? I don't know. You had 1, 2, 3 available spots. Is it that you're not keeping up with your team? I don't know. That you don't care? I don't know. Is it because you think that you're out of the game because you're up against me? I have no idea, okay? But the fact of the matter is that if you're here now, you're at the bottom of the table. That's true. Your record's not the greatest, but still, you know, the strategy that you have to stick to if you want to win is you got to make sure that your players are playing. And Markkanen, you lost 53 points not playing Markkanen. It's just, you know, I would say it's not a good look. Because you could have, you know, for all that you know, you could end up beating me. That differential there, 53 points, could be the difference between a win and a loss at the end of the week. If you're wondering, if you're new to NBA fantasy, you're matched up against the person for the entire week, right? So 53 points is a lot to make up in fantasy. Trust me. So anyway, that is the end of my analysis. This is a long video today. Have a lovely day. I am Fadeaway Drip. This is HELLARICHSF Productions, Media Productions. HELLARICHSF on the music, HELLARICHSF on the video, and me, Fadeaway Drip, talking. Have a lovely day. Goodbye.